Hello everyone, welcome back to another Tooltip Tuesday. As you see on my screen, the iGrind is open, and the first thing you may notice is that the entire screen has had a new look. That is because I'm using the yet to be released RN35 software. So the RN35 and iGrind being part of it, you will see that there are a lot of changes coming through. Number one, or rather more visual, is the more skinnier look of all the icons within iGrind. Additionally, there are also many more features which will be shared with all of us in the next few days. Now, I'm just introducing RN35 to you on the Tooltip Tuesday today. One of the things is a grinding hub, which is starting on the 14th of May at Stuttgart. But diving into the Tooltip Tuesdays, on the left hand side here is the i3DG, or what we call it as the integrated 3D graphics. I have a corner radius end mill here, and let me just bring it to the home position. Right down on the left hand side here, we can see that there are two different icons. One is when selected turns green and brings in this side toolbar, which has many functions including zoom, tilt, swivel, and also panning functions. But if I select the icon next to it, which is the measurement, which we will cover the details of that in the next few tooltips. You also have the options to make tool measurements of simple distances, angles, and radius right here in the i3DG instead of not going into the Sim3D space. But this tooltip is to show you a new feature which is called as the freeze function. The freeze function basically freezes the 3D model, and you will be able to display it adjacent to the model itself. So let me just bring in the end face view to make our demonstration a bit more clear. So let's go into the options again and select the freeze button with, let's say, 12mm offset. And you can see here very clearly the original simulated model, which is on my left hand side, has now been frozen and with an offset displayed on the right hand side of the original model. Now we could go into any of the operations and start making changes, and you will see the left hand side model here will get changed or simulated, and you can do a visual comparison next to each other. Now in the past, we used to take images of these tools right here and then compare it, but now that is not required because you have the freeze function. So let's go ahead and make a small change and see how that looks like. So here I have the plunge heel clearance, and let me just change the -0.1 Z offset to, let's say, 0.2, and you should start seeing some changes on the plunge heel clearance, and there you go. So now you can compare what's happened to the plunge heel clearance based on your input. Let me just cancel that for now, and let me change something else. Perhaps in the radius gashing, let me change that to maybe, let's say, 100 degrees, and you should start seeing changes here. There you go. The changes are made there as well. So this is how you can do the offset, the freeze in the offset function. But something else which I would like to also make a note here is that you have the ability of showing the frozen model with a different transparency rate. So you can see here, as I move the cursor from left to right, I can change the transparency. Now this is quite useful, especially at features where you have internal profiles to be seen. It could be the core diameter, it could be the flute shape, or it could be even the hook surface of a radius gash, for example. and that is where this could be useful. By default, it is as same as the simulated model, but you could change it when required. So that's one feature part of RM35. There's a few more which we will get to know in the next few weeks and few months. So hold tight, and we will see you next time with another Tooltip Tuesday. Thank you for watching.